Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here, and this is Survival Living. So today we have the OKMO 2000 watt portable power station. We already done a review on the 1000 watt system, and I want to do a size comparison of the two. As you can see, the 2000 watt is slightly bigger. It's about 4.5 inches taller, but it has twice the power capacity as the 1000 watt. Now, a review on the 1000 watt, it did an amazing job, but today we have a kilowatt meter with us, so we'll be able to test out our equipment. One of the big things I saw when I did the 1000 watt system, people were asking about, well, will this help heat my home? Alright, this is limited to 1000 watts. This thing had like 300,000 milliamp hours, which comes to about 300 working amp hours for storage. This one here is the 2000 watt. This has 600,000 milliamp hours, which comes to 600 amps as far as working amps and storage. So this is what I always go by with my solar systems and everything else, is the amp battery back. Alright, how many amps do I have to work with? So we'll be able to amp out and also check our wattages with the kilowatt meter. So the same setup as the 1000, as you can see. It has a power supply in. This is where we go to charge into the wall or use DC to charge up, or we can also use solar. Now this one here, this plug on these solars, this is a Anderson connection, which I've got to pop up there for you. Amazon's got them for about 13 bucks. This hooks up with an MC4 connector to your solar, so you can actually hook up. Now these take a 200 watt solar coming in. So 200 watts is your max coming in. And then you have to base everything off on how long it's going to take to actually charge up. This one here took longer to charge up than the 1000 watt, of course, because it's a bigger battery bank. Now we also have our simple USB ports, just like this one right here. And we have our DC power, so we can run DC equipment, just like the other one right here. Same setup, just a bigger battery bank. Okay guys, so we have one of these decorative closet heaters, whatever you want to call them, right here. We'll pull this out of the shed. Because it's Florida, we don't need them right now, but in winter time, hey, you need them. So we're going to plug this thing in. We're going to use the OKMO, and we're going to hook up our kilowatt meter to it, so we can test out everything with it. And we're going to run this thing and see if it has enough storage capacity and operation capacity to run this heater. Because being able to run a heater would actually be pretty freaking awesome in the winter time. So we turn our power on, turn on our AC. Our sine wave inverter did kick on there. Our kilowatt meter is turned on. So we are going to plug in. And we're going to turn everything on. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to turn the flame, the temp, turn the power on. Alright, we are at 70 watts currently. Let's turn on, let me go ahead and get the camera closer. Alright, looks like we should be able to see. The digital display is actually, it's not flashing in real life. This is what's picking up on the camera. This is actually steady stream light. For some reason on the camera it's flashing. But we've got a 70 right now. Alright, so we got the temperature all the way up. We got the flame intensity for the light show on the thing running. Let's go ahead and throw it on high. And this is at high. We got 1,151 watts currently. That is on high. As you can see how it's fluctuating. That's our wattage. So let's see what our ampage is. We got 0.67 amps, and that is on full blast for this heater. That's freaking awesome. I like seeing low amperage because it means your battery bank's going to last much longer. The lower your amperage being used, the longer your battery lasts. Let's go on back over to our wattage. We're using 110 volts, which is correct. And we are currently using 72 watts. So we had a peak of like 150, 160, and it evened back out down to 72. These little heaters right here will warm up a house very quickly. They will warm up a room very fast. This is what we use in our trailer. set it right there. So as you can see, I do have the lights and everything on. We could probably turn the lights off and actually save our battery bank if we wanted to, but we want to test the whole thing out. This is a much larger heater compared to the smaller ones that you usually, little space heats. Works very well. Alright, so we have a shop vac. This is an older style shop vac, so it's not state of the art as far as power efficiency, but we're going to use it too. Alright, so we're going to plug in our watt meter, and I'm going to grab the wand here. I'm sorry guys, this is going to get a little loud. So as you guys can see, it ran this old style shop vac, and this shop vac is a Dayton model. Let me get the model in here for you guys so you can see. 47E67. So like I said, it's an older model. It's probably older than me. So it's not designed for efficiency. Next up, we've got a table saw. Why not, right? Well, that was loud, and it's hot out here. Overcast, and it's muggy. Okay, so the miter saw works just fine. I cut a table saw as a miter saw. Alright, next up, we got an air compressor. Why not, right? Air compressors drain a lot of power to get everything started up and everything, so why not give it a try and see how well our power station works. Turn our power back on, turn on our sine wave. Awesome. So our compressor will kick on and it will work. So we still got full bars here. We're just testing things out, making sure we have enough oomph in the system to actually start everything. That's why we went with the heavy loads, the air compressor, the miter saw, that heater, things that take a heavy load to start up. Sorry guys, camera gremlin. I was speaking about the amps. Our amps is our battery power reserves, okay? Our 2000 watt, that is what is we have in store for that initial kick up. All right, anything over 2,000 watt we probably won't be able to run as far as the initial start. Everything we've been running has been below that, and it does the initial start, and our battery reserves holds that amp that we need to run the machine, and we got up to 2,000 watts to actually working. So yeah, it's doing very well. I'm digging around and trying to figure out what else we're going to hook up. I don't have many other tools that require large load. These are pretty much the largest loads right here. That miter saw was a huge load. Air compressor, the heater. Alright guys, so electric weed eater. Why not? Haven't tried it yet. Let's give it a shot. Turn the power on. We'll turn our AC on. Our inverter is on. Plug her in. See what she does. She will definitely run. Let's get you closer to the meter here so we can all see. I'll switch over to amps right fast. Okay, so everything we've thrown at this system so far has worked. We haven't had any failures. So I'm going to dig around and see what else I can find to run on this. What's amazing is all these tests that we're doing, we haven't even hit the battery bank. We still got full charge. Not bad. So the initial thing with these systems, you have to make sure your system doesn't have a higher kickstart. We got a 2,000 watt kickstart is what we got on this system. The smaller systems that we showed before, those are 1,000 watt systems. All right, they have a 1,000 watt kick. Actually, there is a higher kick on these, but I'm not really sure exactly what they are. We'd just say 2,000 just to be on the safe side. So 2,000 has been able to run everything so far, and our battery banks are still holding strong. When you get into how long something will run, you got to amp it out and see how much amperage your equipment runs. That's why we're running the amps and stuff. We can see 6.2 or 0.67. Remember, this is 600,000 milliamp hours. 600,000 milliamp, if you do the conversion, that's 600 amp hours of working amp hours of storage. That's a lot of power. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so you can see we successfully run our pulse saw with our power station. Hopefully the amperage and everything showed up for you, because it's kind of hard to hold that and the camera safely. So we were able to run that. I'm running out of options here. I don't have large equipment power supply units and stuff like that to be running. You know what? We haven't done a microwave yet. That's a very good question. Can this thing run a microwave? It'd be nice to have a microwave in a power down scenario, wouldn't it? Let's go run a microwave. Like I said, guys, this thing here is not big enough to amp this thing out. We were able to do the meters up to almost 1500 watts, but reading the amps, we couldn't read the amps that it was drawing. But we can still cook with the microwave. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. You can run a microwave and grid down. Very cool. This system right here, the possibility is unlimited. You can use this for truck camping. You can use this as a backup system for your home. I mean, we're running a microwave. You're cooking food. Yeah. Our inverter's just now kicked on in the power station. That's the first time it's done that. I mean, our fans, our coolant fans, have just now kicked on. All day long we've been testing this thing out. This is the first time it's actually turned on to cool off the system. Freaking amazing. Okay, so this is my review on the 2000 watt OKMO portable power station. Guys, I'm impressed. We've already went ahead and purchased ourselves one of the 1000 watt systems. We will be purchasing another 2000 watt system. The reason being, we threw everything we had at it, and these are the items that we would be using out in our homestead in Wyoming. These are items that we use every day here, and it's working. So having this as a backup power supply, something that you can hook up, run your equipment and stuff at home in case of a power failure, whether it be natural disaster or a man-made event, having power is definitely key. I can run a freaking microwave with this thing. That's 1500 watts drawing out of it. No problems at all. So running medical equipment, CPAP machines, things like that, this system will do it. All right. Now this system's a little bit more pricier than the 1000 watt system. I believe this is running about $1,400. I believe if I remember correctly. But guys, definitely check these things out. If you have to budget, absolutely budget. We have to budget everything. We're not rich. We put a little bit back, and finally we purchase what we want. This system right here is freaking awesome. If I ever did truck camping, this is what I'd be taking with me. We're going to go ahead and probably put a 1000 watt system in the vehicle anyway. That way, no matter what, we also have an emergency power supply in our vehicle. But having something like this on hand is a good idea. I mean, we were able to run a heater. I've had the comments, hey, do you have a way of heating up a home with this thing? Yeah, this thing did. You can also get the smaller heaters if you want to just do a small room. All right, we use that one heater. We have one almost identical to that one for our trailer. That's what we use, is electric heat. Works great. We can also run our air conditioning unit. Our air condition doesn't draw much power. We run that off our normal solar. So yeah, a window unit, no problem at all. This thing here is freaking amazing. Now, like I said with the solar, guys, you have to have the Anderson connection. All right, which is, I popped it up there for y'all guys, because I was gonna hook up my solar to charge it up, and my solar cables just slide in. There's no pin tensioner. It has to actually have a connector in there. They're like 13 bucks on Amazon. So we're going to be ordering a couple of those because we're going to be building our own systems for our charging stations. Every single one of these charging stations we have, we're going to have an independent system. What I'd like to do, OKMO, if you're listening, I would like to review your solar panels for this. Your systems are freaking amazing. I love them. I am very honored that y'all have contacted me to work with y'all on checking these things out and running them through the test. And that's exactly what we're doing. So your systems themselves have proven flawlessly. They work amazing. I would really like to get hold of your solar panels, your charging systems, and I'd like to do some tests on those too. See how fast these things work, the durability of them. These systems right here are amazing. So anyway, guys, if you're interested in these, definitely check the links below. We do get a percentage of all of these sales. We're always transparent about everything. We are affiliated with these guys. They have stepped up. They have contacted us with these products, and we're running them through the test. As you've seen, we run everything through. We test these things out. So this thing right here was a very good investment. If you're dealing with solar anyway, go ahead and get one of these. It saves you a lot of headache when you're trying to guesstimate how much power you're using. But this right here, guys, is absolutely amazing. All right, y'all take care. Speak to y'all later.